welcome to the Demo Dives TGIF edition, where I livestream myself digging through my unplayed games to give you the game in full, or at least as much of it as I can do in an hour or so. I'm CB. My D&D Saturday got cancelled because of a power outage not on my end. I have been feasting on an epic pot roast of my own making for the last couple of days because batch cooking is a brilliant thing, and I can throw you at my recipe Tumblr page if you want. But first, video game. I might actually be able to play the actual game in actual full this time, as I understand that this one is quite short and also very inexpensive for what it is, because my friends undervalue themselves like a lot. The game is called The Attic, and it's by IchiMakes. I met Ichi on Tumblr, and their art is phenomenal. I've commissioned a couple of pieces from them over the years. My TSW character and my Sib from Another Crib's TSW character. The first iteration of my D&D group, and friends from that particular circle of the Venn diagram of my Tumblr friends commissioned them for a group shot of the main characters of the novel series I'm on and off working on, which I legit cried when I got, by the way. After those, and seeing their art on Tumblr over the years, I have no doubt that this is going to be visually stunning. Beyond that, we're looking at spooky and psychological horror that might be a little triggering for those who have issues with intrusive voices and OCD. That said, let's see what one of my friends has been up to, and whether I should be shaking them to do more stuff. Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin. I mean, yeah, this is the kind of style one would generally come to expect from Ichi, so for me I personally like it. I hope that it is everybody else's deal. Let's make a start. You pass by the attic. You hear a knock. Ooh, okay, that was, quite the pan. Let's see, what do we got? Oop. The house is old. Better make sure there aren't any pests making their new home in there. You go to the attic. Okay, welcome to the attic. Ah, what the fuck was that noise? Aside from the floorboards creaking under your feet, it's silent in here. That's not very silent! The attic is filled with mundane objects, tools, and toys that remember many hands from past generations. The novelty and shine of all of them is dampened by time and dust. Except, what's there by the window? And I'm curious about the other stuff, but that's me. You come closer. It is open, just a tiny bit. A small animal could have squeezed through. There's a carved circle in the windowsill, and a tiny glass ball in the middle of it. Okay. It's blue, clean from dust. Charming, like a little piece of sky that fell. Or was it offered? Would you like to take it with you? Yes, you pocket the ball. It's like a little gem. Childish, but it brings you a bit of joy. Good morning. Acquire the marble in the morning. Interesting. Okay. What in the living hell is swinging from the rafters? I don't know what any of this stuff is. Oh, you leave the attic. I didn't necessarily mean to do that, but I have left the attic. Okay. Now what do I do? You place the ball in your nightstand, wondering about the origins of your newfound treasure. Next day, you pass by the attic. You hear a knock. That little sweep is a problem. I really don't have very many other choices but go to the attic. Again, did the window open there? You go to the attic. Okay, here we go again. More sparkly. Aside from the floorboards creaking under your feet, it's silent in here. The window is open, and there is a familiar glimmer on the windowsill. A blue ball. Another one? You rummage in your pocket. The one you took yesterday is there, but why is it in my pocket? Didn't it go in the nightstand? I am confused. Like the morning sky, pale and full of light. The other one is deeper, like the sky midday. This makes you... Admittedly, yeah, a bit unsettled. Partially because I put that in my dresser drawer, and now it's in my pocket again. And I don't know if that's a writing issue or a thing that I'm actually supposed to be unsettled by, but I choose to be unsettled by it anyway. You live alone. There is no one in the attic with you, is there? You jump. It's just the ball. It fell from the windowsill. You pocket it and go downstairs. Okay, what's going on? Wait, it said I go downstairs, but I have not gone downstairs. I guess I'm supposed to just go downstairs. Or something. In the evening, you look at your findings. They creep you out. But you also berate yourself for having a wild imagination. A burglar leaving glass balls? Were they also 10 centimeters wide to squeeze through the window gap? Or someone is playing with you? You shake your head. Too many ghost stories and scary gossip. You chuck them into your nightstand drawer, trying to forget their existence. I think I know what I'm going to find, and it still unsettles me. You pass by the attic. You hear a knock. I'm going to have to shut my eyes on that one. It's an interesting visual effect, but it's not great for the migraine, especially with the colors. I'm interested in the art. It's so much about birds and window. The window. You forgot to close it the last time. An ugly swear escapes your lips. You go to the attic. I mean, personally, for me, it'd probably be something along... It'd be either fuck or tas de clis, depending on my mood at the time. Okay. Aside from the floorboards creaking under your feet, it's silent here. You check the windowsill. A new glass ball. This time with the warm hue of an afternoon sky. You furrow your brows. You exhale. This is just a ball. You very much can be overreacting. You leave the damn ball there. You're not a child anymore to play with those things. Okay. I guess I'm not allowed to do anything else with it. You go downstairs. Still didn't shut the window, by the way. What the... Ah. Okay, it's following me. I'm not sure I like that it's following me. You come closer. An afternoon ball rolling on the wooden floor. You stay frozen for longer than you would like to admit. You pick up the ball, slowly. Then look up. Okay, what the fuck was that? There was no one in the attic, except what the fuck was that? You assure yourself. Locking shut the latch and also your bedroom door for tonight. The next day. I swear I would nail that fucking... You pass by the attic. You hear a knock. Yeah, okay. It's later in the evening. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have to watch the VOD later to determine this, but I'm pretty sure that some of this art is fucking changing. Which is great! Really. I am in no way creeped out by this! That damn window again. How come you always forget to close it? You can't leave it like this. You go to the attic. Aside from the floorboards creaking under your feet, it's silent in here. Even more than before, weirdly enough. There is a glass ball in the deep ultramarine blue of the evening sky. So deep you would expect tiny stars sparkling within. The fact that there's another blasted ball makes you tense up. But one additional detail makes you shudder. The window is closed. Okay. Did you close it? No. You didn't. You might be forgetful, but you didn't close this window. But if that's true... That was a creak, and I didn't move. You almost fall down the ladder. With shaking hands, you shut the attic door behind you. Also your bedroom door. Curled up in the farthest corner of your bed, you struggle to fall asleep. The next day, you pass by the attic. You hear a knock. It's the middle of the night. How come you woke up and went to relieve yourself just in time to hear it? You wonder. Are you actually hearing the window up there? Is the source of the sound there at all? You went up there, you heard and saw nothing, just to collect the glass balls from the windowsill. How many did you collect? 3. Just 3, you say. You don't know yourself why you took any of the blasted things. But the 4th stayed in the attic. You're sure of it. You chuck the rest in a drawer. You're sure of it. You go to your bedroom. You open your nightstand drawer. 4. You choke up. How? You yank the drawer handle harder. 5, 6. What? Yeah, I'm with you. What? 7, 8. Wait, no. How many times have you visited the attic? 4 times. Only 4 times. Then where do these come from? They're from the attic. They must be. How did they come to your room? 8, 9. You did find them in the attic. You did! There were only 4. No, 3. No. If there was proof someone was in the attic, why didn't you call for help? 26, 27, 30. There is someone in the attic! Why are you screaming now? Because this is fucked up. That's why. There is! Okay. You hear a knock. I swear it's the repetitive nature of this that makes it creepy. And I don't actually have any other option. Yeah, birdies are getting slightly more sinister every time I come in here. You go to the attic. Okay. The sounds of your footsteps roar in the deafening silence. Like tar, the darkness fills every crevice of the space. There's only one light source. It's the window. The light is dim, yet you see a familiar shine. The glass ball looks at you, like a crow's eye. It's pitch black, like a starless sky. You don't dare to move. Terrified by the stillness around you. Not sure of the shapes muddled by the dim light. Almost recognizable, but not really. You don't look away, though. You're pinned by the eye. It's the first time you see it. That's what you tell yourself. You haven't seen the black one. Exciting, isn't it? Something is leaving glass balls in your attic to find. Like a tooth fairy. A burglar that is leaving little treasures. Or maybe it's here all the time. Knocks to let you know when to come in. Like parents on Christmas Day. It's terrifying, you plead to yourself. Then why didn't you do anything about it? You just played along. You wished that someone was here when there was nothing to haunt you. You haunted yourself. Yeah! Fucking hell! Oh! Okay. It's funny, I know pretty much everybody who was in that in that very short line of credits. They are Tumblr buddies. So because I chose to be unsettled and take the things, I got the really creepy ending. Now, on one hand, I've only been here for 20 minutes. And I could do another ending. But at the same time, why would I want to spoil? I mean, I've got like one person watching, so it doesn't really matter. But the people who made this game, proofread, drew, wrote everything, are probably going to be watching this on YouTube at some point because this is a very crappy time for them. But then again, they know what all the endings are anyway. And I'm sure they'd like to see how I'd react. So I'm going to try one more go around. A couple of different choices. Let's see where we go. You pass by the attic. You hear a knock. The house is old. Better make sure there aren't any pests making their new home in there. You go to the attic. Aside from the floorboards creaking under your feet, it's silent in here. The attic is filled with mundane objects, tools and toys that remember many hands from past generations. The novelty and shine of all of them is dampened by time and dust. Except, what's that there by the window? You come closer. It is open, just a tiny bit. A small animal could have squeezed through. There's a carved circle in the windowsill, and a tiny glass ball in the middle of it. It's blue, clean from dust. Charming, like a little piece of sky that fell. Or was it offered? Would you like to take it with you? This time I'll say no. Another trinket joins the treasury of trinkets. It's meant to be stored and forgotten, unfit for your modern life. Huh, what's in the attic stays in the attic. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is... report this particular individual. And viewership tampering. I verify, I report, go away. And I'm blocking you now as well, so bye. Okay, so to have any kind of other ending, you have to pick up the glass ball. Good to know. Okay, let's see what else we get. You pass by the attic. You hear a knock. I do kind of wish they didn't have that spin around move, though. That's going to be a bit painful, but it's worth it. The house is old. Better make sure there aren't any pests making their new home in there. You go to the attic. Aside from the floorboards creaking under your feet, it's silent in here. I have to admit that I'm being very patient about some of the places where there should be commas, etc., because English is not the first language of most of the people dealing with here. But never mind. Anyway, the attic is filled with mundane objects, tools, and toys that remember many hands from past generations. The novelty and shine of all of them is dampened by time and dust. Except, what's that there by the window? You come closer. It is open, just a tiny bit. A small animal could have squeezed through. There's a carved circle in the windowsill, and a tiny glass ball in the middle of it. It's blue, clean from dust, charming, like a little piece of sky that fell. Or was it offered? Would you like to take it with you? Yes, you pocket the ball. It's like a little gem, childish, but it brings you a bit of joy. And away I go. You leave the attic. You place the ball in your nightstand, wondering about the origins of your newfound treasure. Next day. You pass by the attic. You hear a knock. Again, did the window open there? You go to the attic. Aside from the floorboards creaking under your feet, it's silent in here. I think I skipped a thing. I occasionally have finger spasms, but let's see. The window is open, and there is a familiar glimmer on the windowsill. A blue ball. Another one? You rummage in your pocket. The one you took yesterday is there. Again, it was in the drawer. But never mind. Like the morning sky, pale and full of light. The other one is deeper, like the sky midday. This makes you curious. The small crack in the window could indicate the culprit is an animal. Or a bird. Birds can be cunning little creatures. Is that why I have a room full of art of them downstairs? You do have a soft spot for corvids, too. Yeah. Is one curious bird trying to befriend you? You take your new find. But would you like to leave something in return? Some trinket of your own. A trinket for a trinket. A fair trade. You leave an old ring. More of a toy than jewelry, from your younger days. It's shiny, and birds like shiny things. You leave your offering in the little circle. You go downstairs. And back I go. In the evening, you look at your findings. They're so pretty. And so uniform, aside from shade of blue. Is there a child with a slowly diminishing collection of glass balls nearby? Each day getting robbed by birds? Well, you're not sure it's a bird. But birds do that, right? You place both of the found balls in your nightstand. You drift to sleep, more curious about their source than before. Next day. This is seeming a little less creepy. This is nice. You pass by the attic. You hear a knock. The window! You forgot to close it last time. Well, you did leave a bounty for the balls. You go to the attic. Aside from the floorboards creaking under your feet, it's silent here. You check the windowsill. The ring is still there. A disappointed "aw" escapes your lips. Well, you shrug. The trader didn't like it. Maybe you should have left some nuts and seeds instead, if it's a bird or something of the sorts. But it stings. It feels like a rejection. Or did you scare it away? You wonder why you care. The ring was worth so little to you that you left it for the birds or some creature to take it. No, you cared. It was a trade, a treasure for a treasure. And this ring was once your treasure. So you take it back. You turn away from the window. Their loss, you say to yourself. When? Something fell from the windowsill and now rolls near your feet. A new glass ball, this time with a warm hue of an afternoon sky. When? How? You couldn't spot it fast enough? It came from the window, surely. Or, well, was it waiting for you to free the spot? You feel a bit confused, but an assertion comes to your mind. It's not a trade. It's a gift? You find it creepy that you couldn't spot how it landed on the windowsill, but you do feel a spark of joy to know that the trader didn't leave. This silly notion might be we were undoing one day. You take the ball. You go downstairs. This has got serious Black Tabby Games vibes, but I'd say more wholesome, but ending 5 was a bit, yeah. You leave the attic. In the evening, you place your findings in your nightstand. Next day, you pass by the attic. You hear a knock. It's there again. You didn't close the window. You didn't want to. You wonder what shade would the ball have this time. You go to the attic. Aside from the floorboards creaking under your feet, it's silent in here. Even more than before, weirdly enough. You approach the window. There's a glass ball. In the deep ultramarine blue of an evening sky. So deep you would expect tiny stars sparkling within. It's beautiful. The attic is high enough. Was it heavy for the trader to bring it here? You wonder. Until you notice the window. The window is closed shut. Not just closed. Latched, as you were supposed to do in the very beginning. You haven't come here since last time, and you didn't close it. With a pounding heart, you gently place your fingers on the ball. It's warm. Take it. You slowly pick it up. You turn around. And leave the attic. Yeah, this is a little unsettling. Like, in ways that are difficult to describe, honestly. Not that it's not cool. It's definitely cool. I'm just saying, this is interesting kinds of unsettling. Next day, you pass by the attic. You hear a knock. Wonder if it's deliberate that when in motion, that light fixture looks a bit demon-facey. It's the middle of the night. How come you woke up and went to relieve yourself just in time to hear it? You wonder. You weren't sleeping anyways. You finally manage a moment of honesty with yourself. You waited for it. You go to the attic. The sounds of your footsteps roar in the deafening silence. Like tar, the darkness fills every crevice of the space. There's only one light source. It's the window. The light is dim. You see a familiar shine. The glass ball looks at you like a crow's eye. It's pitch black, like a starless sky. You gaze into it, drowning in its darkness. The glint of light on its surface makes it seem alive. Focused, like it's returning your stare with equal interest. You find it beautiful. You hope the glass eye finds you beautiful, too. You are still, unmoving, terrified by the stillness around you. Not sure of the shapes muddled by the dim light, almost recognizable, but not really. You don't look away, though. You're pinned by the eye. Why did you keep coming here? You gave silly excuses to yourself. You didn't ask that truly. You never thought it was an animal. You hoped it wasn't a bird. You took the treasures. You offered one of your own. You wanted me here. Turn around. Oh, goodness. What the fuck? Okay, what the fuck ending was that? Ending 4. Treasure. Okay! Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I don't know how many endings there are, but I don't really want to spoil it for people. So, I mean, I could just keep playing through the various endings because this is a game that lends itself to things like that. Seriously, there is a significant Black Tabby vibe here, just with a art style that lends itself not better, not worse, not even as well, but differently to the subject matter. Like, there's lots of different ways to render creepy, and the Black Tabby folks, they render it very... it's basically what you see is what you get. It's what you would actually be seeing, but there's more of a I hate to say artsy vibe because people always take that wrong. They take it to mean like pretentious, but again, pretentious is a word I hate because that indicates that the level of or type of creativity or linguistic prowess or vocabulary is a pretense of something. But this isn't pretend. This is, as far as I can tell from the various bits of blurb and what I heard from the what I know, what little I know, to be fair, this is Tumblr friends, of the person who made this game, it's definitely not a pretense. It's coming from someplace deeper. So yeah, there's my vocabulary rant for the evening. Because seriously, it had the same vibe as when I was playing through the same repetitive bits of Slay the Princess. Again, very similar vibe, but different in the use of colors, obviously, what stories the bits of art were telling as you kind of looked at them, what the light did. There's a lot more you can do with a style like this than something cartoonishly realistic like Black Tabby Games does. Again, I'm not comparing them. Every game has its own merits and flaws, etc. But the vibe is similar in you're going through this again and again and again, and how you're feeling on the day is changing, frankly, how absolutely fucked up you're going to get at the end of it. I guess that is kind of the vibe, because at the end of every ending of Slay the Princess, basically, you were just getting repeatedly screwed. And to be fair, particularly if you're not exactly neurotypical, that's kind of what life feels like. But yeah, I have more to say, and I will probably be saying it in text later, because this is something that requires a bit more thought. Because mostly what I got is, wow, my friends are awesome. What the fuck was that? But, I should be more or less okay, because I am the sort of person who uses Korean horror as a lullaby when I can't sleep. So, at the very least, I will get about as much sleep as I ever do, which is minimal sometimes. Anyway, there are, as you've seen, multiple endings for this one, so if you enjoyed that even a little bit, and you wondered, what you would have done and how that would have played out, just to say that this game is extremely inexpensive and is probably worth way more than was asked for it. And I want people who enjoy games like this to have it as much as I want my friend to have money for their work. For those who want a written and digression-free review that isn't me going off on a variety of tangents, the write-up will be up on my Ko-fi page pretty soon. Never a paywall, I do it for the love of the games, and while donations to the Caffeinated Bean Water Fund is always awesome, I'd honestly be happy if you sent other viewers my way if you like what I do. Also, the VOD will go up on YouTube against the time when Twitch must by necessity relegate its own stored VOD to the void. Most of my stuff is available there now, so if you missed anything, problem with the time zone, you just only found out about my existence and want to see what else I've done in the meantime, maybe go have a look over there if you really want to watch me flail some more. I do some pretty epic flail, as you've probably just about heard. Oh, as an aside, those of you who are watching on Friday may remember that I mentioned that I should point my friend Nix at the game I was doing the demo for, Memento. Well, it turns out that it was already on Nix's wish list, so I know my friends pretty well. Hooray for me! For tomorrow's demo dive, I'm going to look at the demo for a game that I've mostly seen bouncing around the Gaming Circle Jerk subreddit, because apparently the individuals who hotly defend their gamer cred but won't play a game if there isn't sufficient and often underage looking wank material, and or if any of the women actually look like women. Given that this seems to be featuring a pretty little girl who I gather is an android, but I'm really not entirely sure. You can imagine how some of those gamers are reacting and how much people are side-eyeing them for that there. Still, I tend to hear about interesting games through that stupid subreddit, so I can live with hearing about what that particular section of gaming culture is doing, at least when I learn about it through people laughing at those gamers, anyway. The game's called Pragmata, and its combat system is apparently pretty interesting, so I'm looking forward to seeing if I actually can do this one, and to showing off the combat one way or another. So I hope to see you there. Until then, or until next, have a good one.